Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. We're sitting in a 2015 Ford Explorer with no heat on the passenger side. Now the driver's side is working just fine, but nothing on the passenger side. Let's take a look at some scan data. We're gonna go into the HVAC control module, read data stream, we'll scroll down. We're gonna go with left blend door and right blend door. All right, hit okay. So our left blend door, that's our driver's side. We have the position is set to hot and the percent is 98%. So now we're gonna change our temperature here. Now this is dual zone, that's important. We're gonna change our temperature all the way down and then watch it change here. We can see the change, it went to cold and then our position changed. So that's our driver's side. We know it's working fine. We'll go all the way hot and it'll do the same thing. Switching all the way to hot and our position changed. So we wanna see that exact same thing on the passenger side. Right now we are all the way low. So we're gonna bring this up to high and see a change. So you can see we're cold, that's our position, going up. And no change. It is stuck in the cold position. So that's why we have no heat, because our blend door is stuck on cold. Now these can fail roughly in 3 different ways. Either stuck on cold like this one is, it can be stuck on hot, so in the summertime you won't get any cold air coming out of that side, or it can be stuck somewhere in the middle. Either way, the repair is pretty straightforward, so let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is open the hood, disconnect the battery, just in case we have a kick panel airbag. We wanna make sure that that's powered down. So battery first, then I'll meet you by the glove box. Our blend door lives behind the glove box. So let's open it up, take our stuff out. There we go, just get the bulk. We're gonna pull off this side trim, just grab on it, pull out. There we go. Let me zoom you in, there's a rope we wanna disconnect. You can see this rope right here. Let me close the glove box. It's attached to this little plastic hook. The rope stays on the hook, but the hook comes off of the glove box. Let me open it back up and show you. You see this right here? We wanna slide that down and it'll pop out. That's easiest done with the glove box closed from the outside. The handle will probably be in your way, but we just push down on that plastic piece and then it comes out of the hole, just like that. Now we want to remove our airbag if you have one. There are 4 8mm bolts. This should pop off, we'll pull down. There we go, yeah, to this side. Let me reposition you and show you our electrical connector. We want to be careful not to put too much tension on our wires. And on our electrical connector, we have this orange tab. You just take a pick, lift up on that tab, just like that. Then we can lift up on our electrical connector. There, just like that. We'll set this aside. For safety, we'll set our airbag outside the vehicle with the plastic facing up. So not like this with the plastic facing down, but with it facing up, and we'll be careful not to drop it. All right, back in the vehicle. Now, back under from behind where our airbag was, there should be 2 hinge pins. We wanna pull these out. There's a little tab right here. You just pull out on it. There we go, just like that. And there should be one on the other side. Pull this out. There. Now our glove box should be free. We should be able to open this up. And there are 2 catches underneath. You'll be able to see them very easily. And you just push up on either one. Get this to come down and then out. Now with the glove box open, let me show you those stays. There's one right here. And then there's one on the other side right here. And you just push those up and it releases the back of the glove box. All right, our blend door actuator is right here. Before we can get access to it, we have to take off this trim here. So that'll be our next step. So there's a top trim cover. We can get it on the side here and just pull out. There we go, that'll separate. Perfect, set that aside. And that reveals 4 bolts. They're 8mm, 7mm. And then we have 4 more down below. And this whole piece should pop out. There. Now in the back, there's an electrical connector. Pop that off. There we go. Electrical connector is right here. Now we'll set this aside. So right here on this harness, just to give us a little more wiggle room, we're gonna take this tape off here and release it from this plastic. You should be able to just unravel the tape. There we go. If you want, you could probably cut the tape too, instead of unraveling it. Either way, once the tape is off, we'll just push this out of the way, just like that. So it's kind of hard to show it with the camera, but if you look at the new one, we have this one here that's easily exposed, and the other one is right here. If you look at the shape of it, it creates a little notch. Look for that notch. I'm not sure if you could see it, but you can see my socket on there, right at that notch. And then now we can just back it out. So I'm hitting the heater box here with my ratchet. So let me swap over to a shallow. See if I can get my ratchet in right in between here. I was able to get that screw all the way with a deep socket. I just had to angle my ratchet a little. So kind of play with it. If you have a deep socket that works, awesome. If you need to use a shallow socket, you can still make it work. Now we'll get this outer one off. That should be pretty easy. Now this should pop out. There's one thing I forgot. The manual has you disconnect this harness right here. So we get a screwdriver, pop up on that, and free this just a little more. Maybe with an angled pick, I can get in there. Let me try something else. Just got a heftier angled pick. Get in there, pop it up. There we go. Got it. Now it's free out of the way. Now this, pop out. There. And then down, hopefully. And it did say do the electrical connector second, but I don't have room to get to it. So, wish this box was out of the way. You can't pull the actuator down because there's not enough harness to get it to come out. So you have to push it up and we'll disconnect that electrical connector. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. Get you in a good spot. Gonna use a pick, push on that tab, pull up. Oh yeah, not too bad. There, that's it. There's the electrical connector. Get this the rest of the way out. There, got it. Woohoo! We'll set it next to the new one, just make sure they look the same. Look on the back of it, looks good. Looks the same. All right, nice. Let's install it. You'll notice our blend door gear is keyed. So how this goes on is like this. So if you look at the key, our fat or wide spot in the gear is facing up. So what we want to do is take a screwdriver, position my light a little better. We could take a screwdriver in here and turn this to get our key in the right spot. We want our fat spot facing up. I'm about to lose camera battery, which really sucks, but hopefully we've got enough juice left. We're just gonna slide this in. Sorry if the camera's wiggly. There we go. And remember, we're gonna go higher up so we can get that electrical connector on. Let's see if I can get it with my hands. So it looks like the electrical connector you can put on after this is in. So let's do that. Just put this in. Just trying to get that gear to fall in. Let me do it two hands. All right, got it set in. So it does take two hands. One holding the top. You can hold like where the electrical connector plugs in with one hand, and then the bottom with your other, and just kind of twist it till it falls in the gear. But that is it. So now we should be able to take our electrical connector and just plug it in. There we go, perfect. Now let's get our bolts back in. We'll get this front one in first. That back one, that's gonna be the challenge. To help me with that back bolt, I'm gonna take a shallow socket, put a little paper towel on it, and then put my bolt in it. There, and that'll hold it in place so it doesn't drop on me and give me a little extra length. Let's see if that works. Yeah, the paper towel with the shallow socket, that did the trick. I also pushed this back a little bit so I can get in between here a little better. And you can see, hopefully, you can see that back screw is started. Move the light a little so you can see back there. So now it's just a matter of tightening it up, and then we'll slap everything back together. All right, that's it. Now it's just installing everything. We'll go ahead and put this on. Don't forget to plug in our electrical connector in the back. There we go. Snap it in. Put our screws in. Snap our trim on. Put on our glove box. Close it. We'll go underneath and put on our hinge pins. Then we'll put on our airbag. We'll do the electrical connector first. Just put it in like that. And then lock our orange tab. There we go. Set this in. Oh, sorry, my battery died. So we do have the airbag back on. We want to make sure that our electrical connector is pushed all the way in and that orange tab is locked. The only thing we have left is our rope. We'll put that back in, and then our little side cover. All right, everything's put back together and we are back on the scan tool. Now I just have the right blend door pulled up. We are all the way cold. You can see that over here. We're all the way cold. So now I'm just gonna turn it up and we'll watch it change. Nice, that's what we want to see. Now I'm all the way hot, 100%. We'll come back down. Nice, we are working. Repair complete. All right, there you go. That's how you can replace the passenger blend door actuator on a Ford Explorer. Overall, not too crazy, but it is a little tricky once you get in there. There's not a lot of room to work with. But with little patience, little finesse, you can get it, and your passenger will be nice and comfy. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comment, post down below. I hope your repair goes well. We'll see you on the next one.